I was going to do a Halloween special this year, but no. You see this schedule? I hate it. Get it out of my face. Boom! 10 times better. Hourly frequencies on Surfliner. And we're going to be looking over this schedule that I made because I put too much work into this schedule and I really want to show it. For context, Amtrak Surfliner is an Amtrak state-supported service that runs between San Luis Obispo, Goleta, Los Angeles, and San Diego, making all intermediate stops, and it currently runs on a bi-hourly frequency, with most trains turning around at LA, leading to the north portion of the segment, LA to San Luis Obispo, having not that good of a schedule. So today, I'm essentially going to be beefing up this already existing schedule, so the LA to San Diego portion has hourly frequencies, and the north segment has pretty much no more 3-hour dead hour. That was mainly my goal with that part. So, without further ado, let's look into the schedule. Jumping right into it, we have the southbound schedule. The day starts off with train 560, which is a 5:10 a.m. departure from Los Angeles, then 562, 64, 766, which is a Pacific Surfliner limited service train, I'll get into that later, 568, 770, 572, 774, 576, 778, 580, 582, 784, 586, 788, 790, and 794. As you can tell, these are all pretty much hourly frequencies south of LA, and minus 592 because shush, pretend I put 592 in there, it would be a 9 p.m. departure from LA. Just pretend that's there, okay? Next up, let's go to the northbound schedule. The day starts the same as the day starts currently with train 761, a 4 a.m. departure from San Diego. Then we've got 763, 765, which is now a limited service, 567, 769, 571, 773, 575, 777, 579, 781, 583, 785, 587, 589, 591, 593, and 595. I was going to put 597 in here, which actually did exist during the summer of 2024, but I would hurt my brain trying to make the set rotations if I did do that. So instead, I'm just going to keep 597 out of here. Someone could probably figure out how to fit 597 into the schedule. I'm just not going to be that person. Now that we've looked over the schedule, let's look into what Amtrak and Caltrans will have to do in order to make this schedule a reality if they wanted to make it a reality. The main thing that would have to happen is way more equipment. Amtrak is already currently struggling to uphold the current schedules, which, as I discussed, are kind of crappy if you want to get hourly frequencies out of them. Not to mention, with all the equipment issues going on right now, that is going to be extremely difficult to get anywhere close to hourly frequencies. So, what Amtrak and Caltrans would have to look into doing is 1, taking care of the equipment issues. That should be at the forefront, pretty much. And then after that, they need to look into getting as much equipment as they can, either new equipment or leased equipment, say possibly an Amtrak Aero set, or maybe just keeping the Comet set from NorCal, or whatever they need to do. Unlike how the current Comet set is being used right now, which is only on the 500 series trains and only in equipment shortages, I'd imagine the low-level sets or whatever other leased equipment they would get would be dispersed across the entire system a lot more equally because, you know, these hourly frequencies cannot be maintained with just the bi-level sets, as that would be extremely hard and pretty much impossible. Now, in terms of new equipment, I have no idea what Caltrans would get, because if you know, Caltrans blacklisted Siemens, mainly because of the equipment issues, which, after looking into it, is kind of their fault in the first place, but I don't know, that's just what Caltrans wants to do. So it's looking like Caltrans' only other options would be Stadler or Alstom. It does seem like they're looking at Stadler for some stuff up north, but there has genuinely been absolutely no talk about new equipment for Surfliner in terms of new coaches or locomotives. So it seems like chances are it's really up in the air of who Caltrans will end up going with if they want new equipment, which, considering how more frequencies is in their future plans, they're gonna have to get some new equipment at some point. So I don't know what they're planning on doing, but chances are, yeah, it's gonna be from either Alstom or Stadler, and maybe someone else who I haven't heard of yet. Now, on to the set rotations for all of these extra trains. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest, I just had an absolute headache trying to make this, so I gave up at the end. But here's what they are basically to an extent. As you can see, 583 kind of stops after 583, and I'm pretty sure there's a repeated train somewhere in here. But if you want to just get like an imagination at what this rotation would be, this is pretty much going to be it. There is one specific note I'd like to make, and it's 761, which turns for 778. That gives only about a 40-minute layover time between trains, which I have a feeling would be kind of problematic for cleaning up the train and switching crews, and if needed, refueling, which could easily cause 778 to be a very problematic train in terms of on-time performance. And now, finally, do I actually think hourly frequencies on Surfliner is worth it? The answer to that question is, I mean, like, why would I make this video? Yes, obviously, I think hourly frequencies on Surfliner is 100% worth it. Granted, you do need a lot more equipment, a lot more staff, a lot more everything, but in the end, I feel like it'll help ridership, it'll make Surfliner more convenient and easy to use, and overall, it'll just be a big benefit to everyone using the service. So without much more to say, there is a little demonstration on what hourly frequencies on Surfliner would look like a bit. I could probably go more on this and create some weird in-depth train simulator simulation on hourly frequencies with Surfliner to kind of simulate the whole thing, but that's just too much work. If you guys want that, I don't know, maybe I can make it at some point, but for the time being, that'll be it for this video. So, I was 5008 Creations, you are the viewer, and I'll see you in the future. Goodbye.